Hello dear students, welcome to all. Students, today we are going to start chapter 13 of class 10th, that is statistics. And students, in this lecture we will discuss about introduction of statistics and frequency distribution table. And students, mainly in this lecture we revise the concept of class 9th, because to find the mean, mode and median and graphical representation of group frequency distribution table, we required some concept of class 9. So students, let's start today's class with chapter outline. In this chapter, first of all, we introduce with the statistics, and in the introduction we revised some concept of class 9th. After this we discuss methods of finding of mean of group data. Okay, then we discuss mean, median of group data. In class 9 we discuss median of row data. Okay, so after this we discuss mode of group data, and finally we discuss about graphical representation of cumulative frequency distribution. Okay, in class 9th we discuss graphical representation of data. Okay, so in this class, in class 10th we discuss graphical representation of cumulative frequency distribution, and we called it ogive curves. Clear? So now after this, let's discuss about introduction to statistics. So first of all, what is the statistics? What is the statistics? So statistics is a branch of mathematics in which we study about collection, analysis, interpretation or explanation and presentation of data. Clear? This is the statistics. Now, what is the purpose of study of statistics? Why we study about the statistics? What is the purpose about study of this? So statistics is a crucial process behind how we make discoveries in science, make decision based on data and make predictions. Statistics allow you to understand a subject much more deeply. Okay, by statistics we can learn from the previous data, and we can predict something, or we can study any subject very deeply. Now after this, let's discuss two main reasons why study the field of statistics is crucial in the modern society. Okay, so the first is statisticians are guides for learning from data and navigating common problems that can lead you to incorrect the conclusion. Okay, to conclude the results of past results, statistics is very important. Now the second is what? Second, given the growing importance of decisions and opinion based on data, it is crucial that you can critically assess the quality of analysis that others present to you. Okay, now these are the very important reason why statistics is important in the modern growing society. Now after this, let's discuss about some real life uses of statistics. Okay, so students, the first is medical study. Statistics is very useful in the medical study. Statistics are used behind all the medical studies. Statistics help doctors to keep track of where the baby should be in her mental development. Physicians also use statistics to examine the effectiveness of treatment. For example, students, I am a patient. If I have all my previous reports and data, then this data is what? This data is nothing but statistics of my health. Clear? If I have all my past records, then it is easy to doctor treat me, because I have a complete statistics of my health records. Okay, now students, after this, let's discuss the next use, weather forecasting. In weather forecasting, statistics is very useful. How? Let's see. Statistics are very important for observation, analysis and mathematical prediction models. Okay, weather forecasting models are built using statistics that compare prior weather condition with current weather to forecast the future weather condition. Okay, in weather forecasting we use the statistics of the past weather conditions and predict for the future weather conditions. Clear? So now after this, let's move to the next use. And students, in quality testing we also use statistics. How? A company makes thousands of products every day. Company makes thousands of product every day, but this company has no time to feedback each and every product. So they sold the best quality item. To make sure that they sold the best quality item for a company, it is not possible to test each products. Okay, because the company does not have too much time to check each and every product, but so the company uses quality test with the help of statistics, which product is sold more and which product is the most selling product. Okay, if product C XYZ is most selling product, then this product is good product. Okay, now in the stock market again statistics very useful. How? The stock market also uses statistical computer model for stock analysis. Okay, stock analysis get the information about economy using statistical concepts. Okay, now the last but not least, consumer goods. In the consumer goods, again statistics is very useful. How? Let's see. Retailers keeps track of everything they sell and to know the stock using statistics. Worldwide leading retailers use statistics to calculate what product shipped to each store and when. Okay, so students, these are the few real life uses of statistics. There are some more uses of statistics and in real life. So now let's discuss about the data. After this, let's discuss about the data. What is the data, students? Are in individual pieces of factual information. Data are what? Data are individual pieces of factual information recorded and used for the purpose of analysis. Okay, now the next is what? It is raw information from which statistics are created. Okay, so for statistics, data is very crucial. Now statistics are the result of data analysis, its interpretation and presentation. And students, by the method of collection, data are two types. By the method of collection, data are two types. First is primary data, and second is secondary data. Okay, and students, what are the primary data and what are the secondary data? We already discussed in the class 9th. Okay, if investigator collect data itself, then this is known as primary data, and if we use the data of any data from any source, then these data are known as secondary data. Clear? So students, this is all about the data. Now after this, let's discuss about collection of data. So when data is compiled in the same form and order in which it is collected, it is known as raw data. It is also called crude data. For example, if I come to your class and collect the data of your class, roll number 1 name Anshul, roll number 2 name Shalini, and what is your previous class score, what is your address, what is your contact number, what is your address, then this is the raw data. Okay, now after this, when we collect the data, after the collection of data, we prepare the tables. Maybe we prepare the frequency distribution table, or we represent it graphically. So first of all, let's discuss about variate. What is the variate? Variate is what? The numerical quantity whose value varies in the objective is called a variate. Generally, a variate is represented by x. There are two types of variate. First is discrete variate and its magnitude is fixed. For example, if we prepare the table, then we use the variate x marks 3, marks 30%, 40%, 50%. Then these are what? These are the discrete variate. Okay. Now after the discrete variate, the next is what? The next is continuous variate. Its magnitude is not fixed. For example, if I write the percentage 30% to 50%. Okay, so these are what? These are the continuous variate, or we can say that these are the groups. Okay. Now after the variate, let's discuss about range. What is the range? The difference of the maximum and minimum value of variable x is called range. Students, when we collect the data, we can say that raw data, there are many data, we have many data. Then the value of maximum observation minus minimum observation, or we can say that the difference of maximum observation and minimum observation is known as range. It is range. Clear? Now the next is what? Class frequency. In each class, the number of time a data is repeated is known as class frequency. Okay. So now after the class frequency, the next is what? Class interval. Class interval, we can say that it is the width of class. For example, if we have a class 10 to 20, if we have a class 10 to 20, then class width is what? Class width is 10. Okay, or we can say that class interval. So if we have row data, then we have to prepare the groups. Then class interval is equals to what? It is range divided by number of classes. Range divided by number of classes. And students, in class 9, when you solve the questions of this row data, you use this formula to find the number of classes. So number of classes equals to what? It is range divided by interval. Clear? So students, it is generally denoted by h or I. What is generally denoted by h or I? Class interval. Clear? Now after the class interval, the next is what? Class limits. What are the class limits? If we talk about the class 10 to 20, then these are the class limits here. This 10 is what? This is lower limit. This is lower limit, and this is upper limit. This is upper limit. Clear? So these are the limits of class. Now the next is what? Next is class mark. What is the class mark, students? Student, the average of the lower and upper limits of class is known as class mark, and we represent it by x. For example, if we have lower limit and upper limit L and U, then class mark x. X is what? X is class mark. Then the value of this class mark is equals to what? It is L plus U divided by 2. For example, if we have class 10 to 20, this is what? This is the class. Then class mark is what? Class mark is equals to 10 plus 20 divided by 2, that is equals to 15. Okay. So students, I hope you understand about the class mark. Now if x be the mid value and h be the class interval, class mark, or we can say mid value and class mark both are same term. So if we have x be the mid value and h be the class interval, then the class limits are x minus h by 2 and x plus h by 2. Students, if in this example, if we observe here, the class mark is 15. So we can say that the mid value is what? Mid value is 15. And here the width of class is what? The width of class is 10. Width of class is 10. So we can find the class limits here. class limits are it is 15 minus 10 by 2 and 15 plus 10 by 2. Okay, so it is equals to 15 minus 5 and 15 plus 5, so that is equals to 10 to 20, 10 to 20. Clear? So students, this is the class when mid value is 15 and the width of 10. So it is same. Here we have class and we find the mid value, and here we have mid value and we find the class. Both are same. Now, so students, I hope you understand this concept. So now after this, let's discuss about the frequency distribution table. Okay, frequency distribution table. Okay, so we have two types of frequency distribution table. First is individual frequency distribution, individual frequency distribution table. For example, marks and number of students, okay. For example, 30, 32, 34, and here number of student is 16, 8, 5. Okay, so this is the example of individual frequency distribution. Here marks are individual and the number of students are this. Now the second is what? Second is grouped frequency distribution. Grouped frequency distribution. We use group frequency distribution when we have more variates. So here we use classes. For example, 25 to 30, then 30 to 35, then 35 to 40. Okay, so 25 to 30, 16 students. Here number of students, and 30 to 35, 8 plus 5, 13, and 35 to 40, 0. Clear? And students, when we use group frequency distribution, we have to use the classes. So here we have two types of classes. We have two types of classes here: inclusive class and exclusive class. Inclusive class and exclusive class. Clear? So what is the inclusive class? If you talk about the inclusive class, if you talk about inclusive class, then in this we use upper limit and lower limit. In this, upper limit and lower limit both are included. Upper limit, lower limit both are included. Clear? And the second is what? Exclusive class. class. In this class, if we have upper limit and lower limit, lower limit and upper limit, then here only lower limit is included. Lower limit included, upper limit is not included. Clear? For example, if we have here, we use 1 to 9. Here 1 and 9 both are included, and here we use 1 to 10. Here this 10 is not included. 10 is not included. Clear? Here both 1 and 9 included. And if you talk about the width or class interval, that is age, then it is equals to what? It is equals to lower limit, upper limit minus lower limit, upper limit minus lower limit plus 1, and here it is equals to lower limit, upper limit minus lower limit. Here class width is equals to just upper limit minus lower limit, and here upper limit minus lower limit plus 1. Clear? For example, here the class width is what? It is 9 minus 1, 8, 8 plus 1, 9. Okay, and here just it is equals to 10 minus 1, that is equals to 9. So student, this is just brief introduction of frequency distribution. We already discussed frequency distribution very deeply in class 9. So now let's discuss about one example. And students, we can convert inclusive class to exclusive class by using one concept, and how we convert we will see in the next example. Now this is our first example here, and here it is given that the class size of distribution is 25. Class size of distribution is what? 25, and the first class interval is 200,224. That means here we use inclusive class. Okay, there are 5 class interval. Write the class intervals. So if you talk about the first class, it is given that the first class is 200 to 224. Okay, then next is what? The next is 225 to it is 249. Okay, now the next is 250 to 274. Now the next is 275 to next is 299. Then the next is 300 to 324. So these are the 5 classes. This is first class, second class, third class, and fourth class, and this is fifth class. Clear? And students, these are the inclusive classes. These are inclusive classes. Clear? And we have to write the class mark of each interval. We have to write class marks. So what are the class marks? Here we write the class marks. Class marks are what? Sum of upper limit lower limit divided by 2. So it is equals to 100 plus 112. 100 plus 112 means 212. This is the class mark for the first class, and here it is equals to, when we add 25 in this, what will we get? It is equals to 2 237. This is the class mark of the second class. Now let's discuss about the class mark of third. Let's add 25 in this. So it is equal to, it is 262. Now the next is, when we add 25, then it is equals to 7, 8, 287. And the next is what? When we add 25 again, it is 315, 312. It is 312. Okay, so these are the class marks. Now students, in previous slide we discussed that we can convert inclusive classes to exclusive classes. So how we convert? Let's see. Exclusive classes. This is very important here, because to find the median of group data, we have to use only exclusive classes, and we can call excclusive classes continuous class frequency distribution. Okay, so here we have to take difference of these two. The difference of 225 minus 224, that is equals to 1. So students, now from lower limit minus, let this is h, lower limit minus h by 2, and upper limit plus h by 2. So by using this concept, we can convert this inclusive class into exclusive class. So it is 200 minus half, that means 0.5, to 224 plus 0.5. So this is equals to 199.5 to 224.5. Okay, then next class is what? It is 224.5 to 249.5. Clear? Next is what? 249.5 to 274.5. Clear? Now the next is what? 274.5 to 299.5. Clear? And the next is what? 299.5 is to 324.5. So student, these are the 5 classes for this inclusive class, and here this is what? This is exclusive class, or we can say that continuous class frequency distribution. Clear? So students, I hope you understand how to find the class mark and how to convert inclusive class to exclusive class. Clear? And students, here class mark is same both inclusive and exclusive classes. Okay, if we calculate the class mark for in this classes, it is same: 212, 237, 262 and 287, 312. Clear? So students, now after this, let's move to the next example, and the next example is to find the cumulative frequencies. Okay, so now let's start the solution of this question. The marks scored by 55 students in the test are given below. We have to prepare a cumulative frequency distribution table. Students, in class 9, we already discussed that cumulative frequencies are two types. One is more than and one is less than type. So students, to this question we have to prepare both types of cumulative frequency distribution tables, because we have to revise the concept of both types of frequency distribution. Okay, both types of cumulative frequency. So now let's start. Here marks are marks 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30 and 30 to 35. These are the classes here. and frequency, and frequency here it is given that number of students, clear. So this is in 0 to 5 it is 2, 5 to 10 it is 6, and 10 to 15 it is 13, and in 15 to 20 it is 17. So first of all let's draw the table here. 13, 17, and after 17 it is 11, 4 and 2, 11, 4 and 2, clear. So students, here write the summation of frequencies. Summation of frequency is what? 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 11, 6 plus 11 is 17, 17 plus 17 is 34, 34 plus 6, 34 plus 6 is 40, 40 plus 13, 53 plus 2, 55. So it is 55, clear. Now we have to find cumulative frequencies here. So first of all let's find the less than type cumulative frequency, less than type. Okay, so here we have, students, when we use less than cumulative frequencies, here we use upper frequency. So less than 5, then less than 10, then less than 15, then less than 20, then less than 25, then less than 30, then less than 35, clear. Now let's find the cumulative frequencies. Cumulative frequencies less than 5, these are 2 here. Now after this, less than 10, in this we use 6 plus 2, that is equals to 8. Now less than 15, 8 plus 13, 8 plus 13, that is equals to 21. Now 17 plus 21, so we can write 21 plus 17, that is equals to 38. Now 38 plus 11, 38 plus 11, that is equals to 49. 49 plus 4, 49 plus 4, that is equals to, 49 plus 4 is 53. Now 53 plus 2, that is equals to 55. So students, to check our cumulative frequency table is correct or not, our last frequency should be equals to the summation of frequency. So here this is correct. Now, so students, now we can also find the more than frequency table for this. So now let's find the more than. And students, we know that to find the more than table we use the lower frequency. So more than 0, more than 5, more than 10, more than, after more than 15, then more than 20, more than 25, then more than 30. Clear? Now let's find the cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency. So students, to find the cumulative frequency of more than, start from the bottom. Okay, so more than 30 is 2, then more than 25, 4 plus 2, it is 4 plus 2, that is equals to 6, then 6 plus 11, then 6 plus 11, that is equals to 17, then 17 plus we already use 11, 17 plus 17, that is equals to 34, then 34 plus 13, 34 plus 13, 34 plus 13 is what? 34 plus 13 is 47. Clear? Now 47, after 47 we add 6, so 47 plus 6, it is equal to 53. Now after 53 we have to add 53 plus 2, that is equal to 55. Okay, so student, to check more than cumulative frequency is correct or not, we have to check our first cumulative frequency should be equals to the summation of frequencies. Clear? So our more than and less than frequencies table are correct. And students, I hope you understand how to prepare the cumulative frequencies for less than type and more than type. Clear? Okay, so students, now let's discuss how we convert group frequency distribution from the cumulative frequency distribution. Okay, so the first example is, so this is the first example here, and here it is given that the given below are the cumulative frequencies showing the weight of 685 students of a school. Prepare a frequency distribution table. We have to prepare the frequency distribution table. Clear? Here we have below, that means less than frequency distribution table. We know that in the less than frequency distribution table we use the upper frequencies. So first of all, let's find the class width. Here difference of 25 and 30 is what? 5. So we know that the class width is what? We get the class width is what? It is 5. Clear? So first of all, let's write the classes here. Classes, or these are the weight in kg. Clear? So below 25 is 0. So first class is what? It is 25 to 30. Then next class is what? 30 to 35. Next is 35 to 40, 40 to 45, 45 to 60, 45 to 50, 50 to 55, 55 to 60, and 60 to 65, and 65 to 70. Okay, so these are the classes. Now here number of students are 25 to 30, that means below 30, that are 24. This is 24. Clear? Now below 35, 78, that means 30 to 35, 78 minus 24. So when we solve this, what will we get here? We will get 54. Clear? So this is the frequency for this class. Now after this, below 40, it is 183 minus 78. 183 minus 78. So this is equals to what? This is equals to 183 minus 78. 13 minus 8 is 105. This is what? This is 105. Clear? Now After this is 294 minus 183, that is equals to 111. Clear? Now the next is 408 minus 294. So when we solve this, it is equals to 41114. Now the next is what? 543 minus 408. So it is equals to 135. Clear? Now next is 621 minus 543, that is equals to 78. It is what? It is 78. Okay. Now the next is what? Next is 674 minus 621. So it is equals to 53. This is equals to what? This is equals to 53. Now the next is 685 minus 674, that is equals to 11. Okay, so these are the frequencies for individual classes. Clear? So students, I hope you understand how to find the class frequency distribution with the help of cumulative frequency. Clear? So students, now let's discuss one more example, and the next is, here we have to prepare class frequency distribution table, here group frequency distribution table from more than cumulative frequency. Okay, so here we start from the bottom. So classes are 0 to 12. Here the class width is what? Here the class width is 12. Class width is what? It is 12. So let's start. First is what? 0 to 12. Next is 12 to 24. This is 12. Then 24 to 36. 36 to 48. Then 48 to 60. And 60 to 72. Then 72 to 84. Then 84 to 96. Then 96 to 108. Clear? These are the classes. Now let's write the frequencies. Let's write the frequencies for individual classes. And frequency is what? Here number of persons. Start from the bottom. 112 1026. Okay, so it is 1124 minus 1026. So it is equals to what? It is equals to, when we subtract it, what will we get here? We will get, it is equals to 98. It is equals to 98. So now next is what? 1026 minus 809. So this is equals to 217. Okay. Now the next is what? The next is 809 minus 427. So it is equals to 422. Now the next is 427 minus 158. So 17 minus 8 is what? It is 9. 11 minus 5, 6. 3 minus 1, 2. 269. Then 158 minus 20. It is equals to what? 138. Now the next is 20 minus 5. 20 minus 5, that is 15. Then 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3, that is equals to 2. And 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1, that is equals to again 2. And 1 minus 0. 1 minus 0, that is equals to 1. Okay, students, here it is not 422. When we subtract 809 and 427, we will get 382. We will get 382. So it is 382 here. Okay. So student, this is what? This is the continuous class frequency distribution from cumulative, more than cumulative frequency distribution. Okay. So students, I hope now you understand how to convert cumulative frequency distribution to continuous class frequency distribution. Okay. And students, now I hope you understand about what is the statistics and what is the frequency distribution table and cumulative frequencies. Okay. So students, now we have to finish today's class here. We will meet again in next class and continue this chapter with measure of central tendency. Okay. So thank you and have a nice day.